Hello and welcome to another EZLynx Live. We're doing the show live from our homes, so just like in this crazy climate that we live in today where you're working from home, we're doing the show live from home today. So this is my office here at my house. I'm your host, Ryan, and joining me today is one of our product managers here at EZLynx, VJ. VJ, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Ryan.
So VJ's on the show today because he's our product manager in charge of Client Center, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Client Center. It's an amazing and a very powerful tool, but a lot of your agencies, you guys might have it. You may not know how to exactly promote it or incorporate it into your agency's workflow. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about a couple of things. One, how can you actually really promote Client Center and build value in it? And two, where can you kind of fit it into your workflows? And then we'll end today talking a little bit about some of the cool new features that are going to be coming out for Client Center. So with everything said there, VJ, you ready to go?
Let's rock the show.
So you can think of EZLynx Client Center as like your digital service representative, okay? Because your agency is not always open, your customers still need a way to maybe generate certificates, get their ID cards, and Client Center allows them to do that, allows them to do these kind of activities when your office is closed or even when your office is open, okay? So some of the things that you can actually do in Client Center that your customers can do is, one, they can view their policies. Maybe they want to go in and they want to view their premiums or their coverages. They can do that in Client Center without you having to be on the phone with them. Maybe they want to get an auto ID card. How often have you maybe had a traffic stop at night and you didn't have your ID card on you, and you actually needed to show it to the officer standing beside your car? Well, they can do that. They can log into their Client Center. They can get a copy of their auto ID card without even having to contact you directly through the Client Center. Another great thing that you can do in Client Center is you can actually request policy changes. So maybe they want to add a driver, or maybe they sold a car and they want to add another car. They can fill out that request in Client Center, and then it will actually go to you, the agent, and you don't have to sit on the phone waiting for them. You'll get an actual notification that these changes are needing to be made, and then you can follow up with the customer at your leisure. Another cool thing that they can actually do in Client Center is you can update mailing address information. So maybe the customer just got a new P.O. box, or they moved and they recently wanted to change their address with you. They can do all of that in the Client Center without you having to intervene. Another really cool feature is the ability to view documents. So let's say they have an auto and a home policy and you wanted to send over a proposal to maybe get them umbrella, okay? You can share that proposal through Client Center, and then the customers can go in there and view it. Or let's say they had an accident or hail damage, right? A recent storm. We've had a lot of storms here in Texas in the last few weeks. And around me, there's been a lot of hail damage, right? So maybe somebody wants to take pictures of their roof and send it into their agent, or send some other documentation into their agent. You can send that, they can send that to you through Client Center, and then you'll be able to view it. Just like you can share documentation that maybe you want them to view through Client Center, and then they can see it there. Client Center is really this way of giving your customers 24/7 access to a digital customer service representative. Plus, with the ability for them to generate ID cards, generate certificates, review just coverages that they have on their policy. This is a great way for you to kind of get some of your reps off the phone, and maybe you do some other things that aren't related to just generating ID cards. Because let's face it, that can take up a lot of time in your day. But if the customer can do it themselves, what do you think you can do with all that extra time? That's pretty valuable. That's what I would think. So we've talked about just a couple of the things that users can do in Client Center, right? So how do you promote it? I mean, we've got this really cool, amazing tool, but how do you actually promote it with your agency? How do you build awareness, right? So we have a few suggestions on things that you can do to build awareness for Client Center, okay? So the first way we suggest that you promote Client Center is to do so via email campaigns. They're very simple to set up. We've all set them up before to send them out to customers, maybe trying to talk to them about a different product that we want to sell them. So why don't we go ahead and promote Client Center via the email campaigns? It's very simple to do. What we've done is just navigate right on over to Communication Center, set on new email campaign. You're going to want to go ahead and select the template that says Communication Center, because what it's going to have is some cool borders at the top and the bottom, and it's already going to have some pre-built information in there for you about Client Center. And in the middle, just type in your own customized message that you want to. Just maybe alert the customers to the fact that this they can get servicing done 24/7. That even though the office is closed, you're still there to provide them with ID cards, certificates, basic policy coverage information. They can go there to look at that stuff. Whatever you want to do to type any customized message, we suggest that you try to utilize email campaigns to blast out to maybe all of your active users. Find people who have an active policy, run a report, get a list of all of your active users with active policies, blanket them out with an email letting them know that you have this Client Center in this amazing tool where they can get a lot of stuff without even having to call into the agency. Another really neat thing that you can do is you can actually send specific emails directly from an account, an applicant's account in EZLynx. So for example, maybe you have somebody who is constantly calling in and asking for an ID card. And I always keep going back to ID card because I hear this a lot from agents, that one of the things that their CSRs have to spend a lot of time doing, or they have to spend a lot of time doing, is print out ID cards and sending them out to people. Wouldn't it be nice if your customers could just do that themselves? So with Client Center, they can. So maybe you have somebody who is constantly calling in all the time. What you can do is when you're on their account overview page in EZLynx, you can choose to generate an email campaign, include the template for Client Center in it, and then let them know, hey, did you realize that you can get your auto ID card directly here? Click the link below to go to Client Center. That's one of the really cool ways to really promote it that we think of, or we've thought through right here off the bat. That's a really neat way to do it. Another great way to promote Client Center that we have found is to just include the unique Client Center link that your agency has. Include it in your email signature. So whenever you're typing an email to anybody, have it already included in the signature so it always goes out. Now there's a very, very simple way to do this. You do need to know what your agency's unique Client Center link is. So let's take a look. What we want to do is we want to go to the settings area. And once we're in the settings, go ahead and click on Client Center. You've clicked on Client Center. Once you're there, on the tab that you're on, it'll say General Settings, okay? And right at the top, you're going to see this thing that's called, here we go, Portal Name. Right next to it, that actually is your host name. You'll need to utilize that maybe in the URL that you include in your signature in order to have the users be able to click it and go directly to their Client Center page. That's another really, really simple way of trying to promote Client Center. First, we had email campaigns that we'd mentioned, and now just included a link to it in your general signature that you have on all of your emails. That's another really great thing to do. So finally, the last way that we would suggest that you kind of promote Client Center is to do so via your own agency website. Now, a lot of you guys, you have your own agency website out there, and we have the ability to provide you with HTML code that you can insert into your website so that you can add a Client Center link for people to click on to go directly to Client Center from your agency website. So maybe somebody late night, they go to your website, they're trying to maybe see if they can't access their policy information, they see the link to Client Center, they click it, they go there, they'll be able to get it without having to maybe send an email over to you saying, hey, I need this info, right? Now, I'm not going to actually go into how to set up the HTML code, but there is some online information for you if you want to try to look at that. What I suggest you do is in EZLynx, you have your right navigation menu or the left navigation panel, select support, right? And when that menu comes up, go ahead and type in the search Client Center Best Practices. And it's going to take you to a document, and it's going to show you all the things that we've talked about so far today. It's going to show you how to set up the email campaigns. It's going to talk about including the unique link in your email signature. And then it's going to provide you with the HTML code so that you can stick the Client Center link into your website. It's a really amazing way to really build awareness for this tool that allows your customers, once again, to do self-servicing items 24/7, even when your agency's closed. So what does that do? It better positions your agency in their eyes as a firm that is there whenever they need them. right? And it's an amazing tool that you have. Now, before we get to some of VJ's stuff and jump over to him, I did want to talk a little bit about workflows for Client Center. How can you incorporate Client Center into your workflows or your daily practices in the office? Now, we've talked a little bit about sending out emails to people. Another thing that I would really suggest that you do is every time you get a customer on the phone, whether it's somebody who is asking to just talk to their agent, or if it's somebody who's just wanting some simple information about their policy, or maybe they're wanting to update some things, what I would do is every time they talk to you, suggest Client Center, bring up Client Center. Talk to them about, hey, did you realize that we have a portal where you can go and find a lot of this information on your own, where you can do a lot of these self-ticket generation, so you're not having to leave us a voicemail and wait for us to get back to you to give you your ID card. You can get this on your own. So I would suggest anytime somebody calls into the office, mention Client Center. Anytime you send out an email campaign, as long as your link is in the signature, you're talking about Client Center. Another really cool thing that you can do is, say for example, you have Automation Center with us, and you have an automated rule that looks at anytime there's a new customer in the system, it's going to do a number of things, right? So one of the things that you want to do is maybe set up with that automated rule that fires when there's a new customer added, have an email sent out to the new customer and have it promote Client Center. It's an automated email that will go to them. It lets them know that, hey, by the way, you can access your information here in Client Center. Any documents that you want to share with them would be there in Client Center. If they wanted to go ahead and get their auto ID card, it'd be right there in Client Center for them. So that's another really cool way that I would suggest possibly including Client Center into just your daily workflows there in the office. Now, I've been doing a lot of talking, and there is somebody else here today with us. So I do want to bring in VJ. I do want to talk to the VJ about some of the cool things. As I mentioned earlier, he is our product manager in charge of Client Center. And he's been working really hard on some cool quick win things for you guys that are going to be coming out in May. So I saw quickly, VJ, I saw the new homepage, and it looks like you guys have done some UI updates that I think honestly look really cool. So can you talk to us a little bit about the UI changes that you made and maybe some of the general workflow improvements that you guys have done?
Thank you, Ryan. Before I start explaining the changes we made this release, let me explain why we are so passionate and excited about Client Center. I know agencies that are using Client Center today are seeing great benefits because they have to spend less time for self-servicing and they have more time for sales. This reminds me of a famous saying too: we cannot become what we want by remaining what we are. So embrace Client Center by adopting into your workflows like how Ryan showed today. This will be your digital representative 24/7, as it will hold your customer's hand during those self-service activities when you are not around or when you have to handle critical issues in your agency. This May release, we have made significant improvements with Client Center. Your customers will be able to seamlessly navigate through the product and get their self-servicing needs accomplished without having to call you or interrupt your daily operations. There you go. You can see the Client Center's new look, simple to use user interface. Your customers and prospects will immediately notice the improvements. From the landing page, these quick menu options will direct your customers to the most used self-service features. There you can see the documents page where we have retained most important and pertinent information only, so that you and your customers can easily access the secured documents. Next is policies. Policies pages also have a streamlined look and feel. Your insureds can easily identify the policy they are looking for and view the policy summary to understand policy coverages, limits, and whatnot. We understand that certificates are the most time-consuming and costly activity imposed on agencies. Certificate generation workflow has been made even smarter in Client Center. These new changes encourage your insureds to generate certificates themselves instead of always having to request from your agency. It's never been easier for your customers to make policy change requests for personal or commercial line policies. The change request options are clearly highlighted, saving them a phone call to your agency.
Vijay, those are some really cool changes. I think that the users are going to be really excited about all the neat stuff that you guys have. Now, one thing I did notice, though, on the page is right below where you guys had the different chips for go to get ID card and policies and documents, I saw something called life insurance. What's this life insurance thing?
As agencies look for ways to increase sales opportunities at these unusual times, we believe and understand life insurance will be an obvious choice. And Client Center now makes the process even more straightforward and at the customer's convenience because it works round the clock, 24/7. And we are very confident that offering life insurance will open the door to new revenue streams from your existing customer base and also provide you an opportunity to reach new customers with an expanded product line. And Client Center, this is where it's a great tool because it works for both insureds and prospects.
What? That's some pretty cool stuff. I mean, life insurance in Client Center, having the ability to start the quote process and have an actual customer do it themselves. I mean, that's neat. Think about it. I mean, given the current climate, a lot of people are probably talking about life insurance. And then two, being able to provide this option for our customers so that their customers can just initially start the lead and go into the process of getting life insurance. I mean, it's pretty neat. I mean, talk about a really warm lead if it's the own customer showing interest in it. I don't know if it gets any better than that. So I hope you guys have learned a couple of things today, and I hope this has been valuable for you guys. I hope you've been able to find some neat ways to be able to promote this amazing tool that we have in EZLynx that provides you with a lot of great visibility for your agency online. Even when you're not open, people can still do a lot of cool servicing items for themselves. And plus, even when you are open, they can do things for themselves without having to include you so much, right? So I hope you guys have learned a little bit today about how to promote Client Center. I hope you've learned a little bit today about how to work it into some of your workflows. And I hope you enjoyed some of the things that Vijay showed you guys, some of the cool things that are going to be coming out here in May. So that's all the time we have today for EZLynx Live. I do appreciate you joining us. Thank you from me, Vijay, and the rest of the whole EZLynx team for tuning in today. And as we say here in Texas, we hope to see y'all next time. Bye.